Hey, it's Rusty. Thanks for tuning in to Burning Cereal. Today what we have, another induction cooktop. You know that we normally use a NuWave. We've been using that for many, many years. Well, this company sent us an email and said, hey, we've got an induction cooktop. We think it's just as good at a better price. Can you test it for us? Well, we sent them an email back and said, hey, look, we're brutally honest. If we don't like it, we're going to say it. Well, guess what? We're going to put this thing through its paces and we'll let you know what we think. Alright, so let's see what we get. Maybe. Styrofoam. Instruction manual that we probably won't look at. There she is. Wow, that's nice. That's pretty big. Some protective covering. Compatible with induction cookware such as cast aluminum, blah, 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 blah. So how do I know if my pan's ready to use on here? First thing first, drop a magnet on it. If the magnet sticks, odds are pretty high that it's gonna be induction cooktop ready. You want to know what it's like if it's not? The magnet doesn't stick. That's a good way to tell whether your pans are going to work on this cooktop or not. Alright, so here we go. We're going to turn it on. Don't forget we have 60 seconds to put a pan on there before it shuts off. So let's get a pan on there. So with these buttons, we've got a function button to cycle through power, temp, and timer. Up and down to go up and down through power, temp, and timer. Got a minimum, maximum, which will adjust the power, the temperature, and also the child safety lock. So if you press both minimum and maximum together, the machine is locked. None of the buttons do anything. To unlock it, press those again, and now we can cycle through the buttons. So you hit the button one time and it goes to the power mode. That's your wattage. You can adjust your wattage up and down. I'm going to go to 1200 because that's a happy medium out here. Timer. I'm not going to set a timer. Here's my temperature, so I can set my temperature down. I can set my temperature up. My min, my max also work here. I can go to minimum at 140 degrees. I can go to maximum at 464 degrees. We can also set our timer up in 5-minute increments, down in 1-minute increments. If you set a timer and then immediately jump to another function, it'll cancel that timer, so you've got to wait for it to stop flickering. All right, so we're going to do the boil water test. We are going to be using the same pan that we used on the NuWave, same amount of water. We have the NuWave set to its maximum settings, so we're going to set this to its maximum settings and see how quickly it takes. I'm going to power it on. Put the pan on there so it'll stop barking at us. We're going to go to maximum wattage. Maximum temp. We're going to put in our 1 cup of water and hit start. Wow, that's really boiling. We're at about a minute. This is easily faster than the NuWave. A lot faster than the NuWave, to be honest with you. This boiled really, really fast. Let's go ahead and shut that off. Let's see about heat. Now we know the center is going to be hot, so I'm not going to touch that. The outside, not hot at all. Now I'm not stupid enough to put my fingers here in the middle. It doesn't feel warm. Okay, maybe I am stupid enough. It's warm, but it's not blazing hot. Yeah, it's not boiling hot. I'm not going to leave my hand on there for a long time, but it's clearly cooler than the NuWave. And again, we're at a minute for boiling water. That was pretty freaking quick. All right, so that was just a quick boil test. You had to have seen the fact that this thing boiled it lightning fast. It took half the time as the NuWave. NuWave did it in about 2 minutes. This one did it in about 1 minute, maybe even less than that. Differences between the two: temperatures. This one goes down to 140 degrees. The NuWave goes down to 110. Why is that important? Chocolate. 110 to 112 is ideal for chocolate in a pan without a double boiler. If I use this device, I'm gonna have to use a double boiler. I don't like to use a double boiler. Mike doesn't even know what a double boiler is. Looks. I'll leave this thing on my counter 24/7. Of course, I'm not gonna leave it out here, but if I was in the house, I wouldn't have a problem leaving this in the counter. My RV, leaving it on the counter, it looks great. The NuWave, a little dated. This thing, I do like how sleek the buttons are. The only drawback is they're a little difficult to figure out. I have to hit this one once to get to the power, and then 2 more times to get to the temp. It takes a little bit to get used to, and I probably will get used to it after I use it for a while. The NuWave, you want low, you hit low. You want medium, you hit medium. You want high, you hit high. You're gonna boil, you hit sear. You're gonna sear something, you hit sear. That's the big differences between the two. The other thing, price. This one's $60-ish US. The NuWave, it's about $100. It's up to you. I really like this unit. I'm gonna keep this unit, put it in the house, use it when I don't feel like using the stove. That is about it on these things. I really like this. Thanks to the guys from Induxpert for letting me check this thing out. I do like it. I hope you like it. Have a great day.